I didn't do the big chop until I cut my locks off. But I transitioned from perm to natural hair. And the perception is very deep. Because I have clients who start their locks and they still wear wigs. And they still cover their hair. And then they're worried about interviews and they're worried about family as well. But I'm the one transitioning my whole family, the women anyway, to go natural. And the men in my family appreciate it more now. But when I originally started my locks, I was in law enforcement. And that was difficult and it was unsafe because you had other officers that didn't want to work with me just because of my hairstyle choice. So the perception is very deep. I actually went to a business building conference weekend and I was the only African American there. And I was the only one with locks. And at the end of the conference, one of the women that was there, she said to me, she actually apologized. She gave I guess I represented all African Americans that had ever applied for a job with her. She actually apologized because she said how many times someone had came through her door to apply for a job that looked like me or was in my packaging, and she totally disregarded their application based on their hairstyle.
It depends on the culture. Because like for me being West Indian, now I get all the Rastas trying to talk to me.
They're the best ones. They're the ones that want you. They call you Empress.
Yes.
And that's the number one I get. But it's in the area where I go because my mom lives in Brooklyn. She lives in Flatbush. And that's a West Indian area. So when I go over there, it's Empress, beautiful. And from old West Indian men, that's what I call them. Like they could be my uncle and father, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then when I come to the city, like in Soho or the Village, and it's not the black men, it's the white men. Let's just put it out there that are in love with this fabulosity.
I've had men say to me, "Well, damn, your hair is natural, but you fine." And it's like, okay, well, I know that I am. I really didn't need the validation, but it throws them off. How they feel, and it throws other women off. Like when you go to the club and you're standing in the rain, we don't have issues. We're fine. They're in the bathroom. When you go to the ladies' bathroom, they're trying to fix it, and
their whole night is messed up.
And we're just done. Like I throw a little bit more glitter in it, and I'm keep all over again. So, and it's the transition. I think is great, but the transition for some is emotionally and spiritually difficult. And what I find through consultations when I'm talking to my clients is if they're not healthy at the beginning of this journey, somewhere they get healthier or somewhere they change something major. If it's a relationship, if it's their food, if it's their job. I see major transitions come after they've gone natural or at least try, or they go back and forth between straight and wearing it natural too.
I think that it really just depends on the woman herself as far as where she was before and where she can go. And I think it depends a lot, like you said, on her confidence before she made that decision. I know a lot of women now that are going natural, and it's not by choice. I think everything just depends on the law of attraction in general. And I've grown a lot in the past 3 years myself, so I just begun to attract different people. And it really has been a lot more natural hair women and a lot more positivity in that aspect too. I think that's one of the biggest decisions that you can make.
Yeah, it's the biggest choice ever.
Yeah, because it's like, when you shed that, it's more than cutting off your hair. I think it's everything that you've gone through for the past how many years that you may have had your hair perm. And like I was telling Keisha earlier today, it's a lot more that black women go through that's beyond the hairstyle and beyond how the hair grows or how it's cultivated, because you have history, like going back to Madam C.J. Walker and her selling perm products and stuff like that. So it's like we don't even have a definition of what is beautiful until you do cut your hair off and you decide it for yourself.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
How many of the people that you either socialize with or you're in the company of feel the way you do?
Oh, a good amount.
Okay.
What's 3?
I need a comment with me though.
Because you may feel like you're the man here, but since we're dating them, the conversations and the things that they say.
Oh, I know.
Even the initial, I don't understand how somebody can feel. To me, you're not confident enough to check somebody when they tell you, oh, well, I can't take you swimming. Or you can't go, we're not going to go to the sauna or to the steam room because, my hair might draw up or weed track might get loose for whatever reason. So that's why I just think that type of discrimination, I think is very painful. it's hard enough dating anyway. But then I'm judged by what my hair does or doesn't do.
And I think that's something that takes that insecurity in a woman too. Like that's something that's attractive to them. So they may look for something like that.
So thank you for being you.
My